Domenica Varvalouka and I'm a Greek artist. I'm involved in many fields of art, such as sculpture, photography, video art, and my favorite one, acting. My thematics is always moving around terror and fantasy, and I started with Kant's theories about the sublime and beautiful, that mostly involves nature and its power, and how something that might scare us just might fascinate us as well.
My studies started with sculpture in the University of Ioannina, where I got my bachelor degree. I focused my art on making fantasy creatures with white plaster, emphasizing the darkness of the myths that exist in Greek mythology, such as mermaids and other sea creatures, demons, and the figure of death itself. I made my experiments with bigger scale sculptures that I made with gypsum, using my friends as molds and turning them slowly into monsters. Along with sculpture, I studied all forms of art, like painting, engraving, video art and video editing, photography and more. Every art exam was a personal small exhibition for each student there. After that, I continued my studies on sculpture with seminars on Michael Kodraro's Modelers Academy, specializing in microsculpture and taking place on competitions and festivals. I earned some medals, but above all, I earned precious knowledge on anatomy and character design principles. The process to make a clay figure is magical, and working on details is the most interesting part of all. I made some comic book characters, but my favorite and most recent one is the Goblin Thief bust. And this one. After that, I experimented a little with figure painting and some small-scale dioramas. My biggest dream has always been an acting career, so along with my BA studies, I started attending workshops and seminars that had to do with acting on camera. The first one was with the Team Nail Hit and Run, and we produced a short film named Sexism Kills, directed by Anthony Morgan. After that, I started working on support roles on Greek TV. Later on, I had some seminars about acting on theater that led on 2 small parts of the drama school's play I'll Count to 12. The first one was called Erinia. It's a Greek mythical creature that represents guilt. And the second one was a comedy character of a maid. My first exam on the acting school was the monologue of the moon of Lorca's Blood Wedding, that I really loved because of the darkness of it. After that, I attended a seminar about comedy on camera by the team Thespians on Camera, making a short comedy video named The Worst Employee. Somewhere along the way, I decided that I wanted to raise my academic level a bit higher, so I started researching for master programs. I applied in 5 of that I found, and I got in 2 of them, so I decided to attend both of them, because why not? The first one was about graphic design, and it was actually a master in science. The second one was about digital arts on the Fine Arts School of Athens. I explored some installations with sculpture combined with physical computing. The Lucius illusion was a tiny witch's hand, holding a beautiful apple that if someone looked close enough, the back of the apple was rotten. But the installation was designed to hide this side of the apple from the viewer. The second one was curiosity, that the statue of a witch was guarding the book of knowledge of magic, and every time someone got close enough, she hid from them the writing of the book. Most of all, I got involved with video art and video and sound editing, and I got into some festivals and exhibitions. I made a few short experimental video arts that reached the idea of sublime and beautiful, starting with a video Time that is about the sea, a source of peace and fear. Μια αιώνια σταθερά, ζωντανή σε ένα δικό της ρυθμό, με κίνηση, πνοή και ατμόσφαιρα. Αποτελεί τεράστια πηγή μυστηρίου, αφού πολλά μέρη της δεν έχουν εξερευνηθεί, δημιουργώντας εξαιρετικά έφορο έδαφος για τη φαντασία να γεννήσει σκέψεις και εικασίες για το τι μπορεί να κρύβει. Μύθοι και ιστορίες ανά τον κόσμο βγαίνουν κάθε τόσο στο φως και δημιουργούν τεράστιο ενδιαφέρον και πηγή έμπνευσης για τον καλλιτεχνικό χώρο. The video Meliades was a very special video for me, because it was meant to be the core of my final thesis for this master. It is about the dark magic that lies within the Greek forests that ancient myths about dryads came from. It tries to give the atmosphere of an enchanted forest and to immerse the viewer in it with a strong emphasis on the dark, airy and mysterious elements. Το όνομα Μελιάδες αφορά κατηγορία δριάδων που πρώτη φορά συναντάμε στη θεογονία. Οι Μελιάδες ή Μελίες αποτελούσαν νύμφες των δασών, κόρες του ουρανού και της γέας, που γεννήθηκαν από το αίμα και τα κομμάτια του ουρανού που έπεσαν στη γη μετά τον τεμαχισμό του από τον Κρόνο. Οι μύθοι αναφέρουν ότι ζούσαν σε δέντρα μελιάς ή φλαμουριάς, τα οποία χρησιμοποιούνταν για την κατασκευή δωράτων που προκαλούσαν το θάνατο, ως ανάμνηση της γέννησής τους από το αίμα. Both videos' audio works are collages of natural, everyday sounds along with some vocals that I edited in ambient mixes. The sound aims to make an atmosphere more intense in both cases, and to give the impression of creatures that may exist in those places. The photography art attempt started on my BA studies with a thematic of deformation and some experiments with an analog camera. Later on, I focused on a project named Souls that was a collection of photographs showing things that are considered soulless, but they might contain the brightest soul of all. Dark tones and desaturated images are always my work's signature, on either video or photography, or sometimes even in my acting as well.